Hello everyone. So in today's video, we are going to see about company settings, which is a very important configuration Salesforce. So as a system administrator, you should be able to translate the company or your organization requirements into company settings. So we will quickly jump to the slides first. So as you all know, Salesforce is a multi-tenant environment. So it's a cloud technology. We can operate from different parts of the places. A company can have employees and his users all around the world. So and it also supports multi-language and multi-currencies. So no matter your employees or the users can be located at different parts of the world, so they can have their own customized language settings and currency settings according to his own regional geographical locations. So let us see in the org also how is it possible. So in Salesforce there is a setting called as company information. So inside the company information you'll be having loads of information regarding the organization. So as the administrator you will be able to configure those settings. So for example, the name and address of this company, and the address is the building address of your default building address of your company, and the primary contact, who is the primary contact person of that particular company, and the default currency. So default currency, so all the records whichever is created in particular org, so in what currency it will be saved. So that default setting can be set here. And the currencies, so if you have enabled multiple currencies, so if your company is expanding and if it is expanded to different parts of the world, so other countries, so when you enable the multiple currencies you will be having the this currency setups will be getting unlocked. We'll check with the org also how to do that. So storage used, so how much storage your particular org has used, data usage, you can check here. And their licenses available. So all the licenses, so how many licenses you have used and how many is left over, all those information is available here. And the fiscal year is the financial year of the particular company. So it depends on different, so it may not be the same for all the companies. So fiscal year depends on the organization's structure. So they decide which is their fiscal year. For some companies it may be starting from March to next April. So all those things we'll be discussing with that org. We'll go back to the org and then we'll see with an example. And the important one is the business hours. Business hours is like what is the working hours of your company. So what is the working hour of your company, and in on which days the company is in off. So it is very important for the case escalation rules to fire. So during the off hours of the company, the case escalation or the SLA will not it doesn't apply for that offline when the company is on off. Okay. And the holidays. So holidays, like whenever the company has some custom holidays, only if the particular days is off only for your company, there might be some cases like that. Or if it is a recurring holidays, like the generic holidays, January 1st or December 25th, which is a every year it is going to be a holiday. So all those settings we can set here. So we'll go back to our org and then we will check how to do all those things. So in this, like the company settings, whatever I have discussed with you is here. So we'll go to the org now. Okay. So this is my org. I have created a new org for this one. So to go to your company information, you have to click this gear icon and then go to setup. In the quick find, type on company set information. Yeah, this is here. So click here, company information. So this is the information, all the information about your organization is available here. As I discussed with you earlier, the organization name is here, the primary contact person, who is that, and the address you can change here accordingly, according to your company. And then default local language, default language. So everything you can check here. Default time zone. So other things like the data space used by your org and the organization ID, which is very important one. So when you have different organizations for sales and service, so this ID will be very useful at that time. And then licenses, how many licenses you have used and how many licenses are left over, all those things you can informations you can see here. So let us quickly edit this information. So I can change my organization name to, I can at any time I can come here and I can change the information here as an administrator. So I'm changing the organization name to AJSD Development. And then my city name is Chennai in Tamil Nadu and the other country pin code. All those things I'm setting up here. And the default local, I'm changing it to English India and default language English and default time zone I'm going to Indian Standard Time. Okay. So and the important thing is currency local. So when I select the currency, so I can select here INR also. Yes, here it is. So we can select the currency local. So whatever records you're going to create inside a Salesforce org, all those will be in default, it will be INR. Um, other things other things we'll discuss after seeing the fiscal year and business hours. Okay, let me save now. Okay. So now you can see my organization name is changed. My default local language, everything is changed. Time zone is also changed. And the currency local, all those things are changed. So let us go and check in our records. How is it reflecting in our records? So let us go to opportunities and see here. So all our amount are reflecting the changes whatever we have made in the company information. Now it is reflecting in rupees. Before it was in USD. Next, okay. Next we'll set up the fiscal year of the particular organization. So go to click fiscal year here. And as I told you already, fiscal year is the financial year of the particular company. So for it depends on every company, it will be different. For some companies, it will be like, for example, if you take a business, so it starts from the ending month will be March 31st. Starting month is April 1st. So if you take universities and colleges, it is like June 1st, it will be. And for it will be different for different companies. So you can you can have the start month here. And usually the fiscal year is based on the ending month. So for me, the ending month is March. So you have selected March. So this is the standard fiscal year. So custom fiscal year is like, consider if you are having, if your organization requires a quarterly financial month, like for some companies, it will be like the financial uh, reviews might be a quarterly, it will be made in a quarterly terms. For example, if you take Apple company, their fiscal year is is on quarterly basis. So it is fiscal year is very important to review of your company's progress. So the financial and budgeting, everything will be depending on that fiscal year. So it is not same for all the organization. It depends on the company's structure and the decisions whatever they have made. Accordingly, they will set the mm, settings here. So once you enable custom fiscal year, it cannot be disabled. So if you enable once, you cannot disable again. So that's the thing with the fiscal year. So in this, I'm choosing only standard fiscal year for my company, and then I'm giving save. Okay, my fiscal year is set now, and then I'm going to business hours. So as you all know that the business hours also, it's not the same for all the companies. It is different. So here I'm having already a default mm, business hours. So let us edit here. So, so on Saturday and Sunday we'll be in holiday. So no timing for that. Can I erase that? So my company is on holiday on Saturday and Sunday. So I can change the timing here. My company's start time is at 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So likewise, I can edit here, giving my uh, business hours of my company. So this is the working hours of my company. So it is very important to have the working hours for the company, because all your case escalation or SLA, so it will not fire when the company is in off. So you are setting up the working hours here. So it will consider the escalation period timing depending on the business hours set here. Okay, let us give same now. So I don't have working hours for Saturday and Sunday. So other days my timing is set now. So this is my default business hours. And then you can also add new holidays. So already I have selected one particular holiday. So you can create a new holiday here. So holidays also, it will not, the case escalation will not be taken into account. So holidays like already we have a Christmas. Let's have a New Year. Okay. So it's New Year. And the date is like, select the date. Okay. So it might be Sunday this year, but if it is on Monday, January 1st is a holiday for my company. So here what am I doing is like the whole day is holiday. So I'm having the option as all day. If you remove that, you can have customized timing. So the company sometimes may have a some if it is a holiday, maybe it might be working for uh, other than the holidays. If you are having working hours, you can set here, or else the time, if the holiday is only from morning 10 to 11, likewise you can set the timing here. So in this case I'm selecting all day. And then it is recurring holidays. What is recurring holiday? Recurring holiday means it is going to repeat every year. So every year January 1st is going to be a holiday for me. So I'm just clicking here, and then I'm having some options here. The frequency is on every January 1st, I'm going to have a holiday, and first day of January. Okay. No. You can select on every January 1st. And the recurrence starts from 1/1/2023, and there is no end date. So it is going to recur every year. My January 1st is going to be a holiday. So I'm going to save here. So my holiday is set now. So now the holidays, selected holidays are Christmas and New Year. So I have created holidays now. So holidays and business hours we have seen now. Now we are going to language settings. So language settings, like see here the English is in a gray color because the default language for my org is English. So it is in a gray color. So once you have used a language, you cannot disable, you cannot remove from here. So other languages are available. So let's try with other languages by having a user's personal settings. We'll go back and check in that. So now whatever settings you have done here is like company settings. So it is done by the admin of your company. So he will be enabling the default language, default time zone, and currency local, and all those things he will be enabling it. So what if my AJSD development has some employees who is in Chennai, but he doesn't know English. He's from other language, or he's from other country, but he's staying in Chennai, but he's working with us. So in that case, the user can select his own language. He's comfortable with. So Salesforce has given us that flexibility to select his own language, and let's see how can be done. How can it be done? So go here in your profile, click settings here. So this is my personal information settings here. So my company name is AJSD Development. So I have all those information. In this left side, check here the language and time zone. So the language and time zone, my language, if I'm considering it as a, so like, let us change to Portuguese. I think it will change it to Portuguese. Okay. My language is also Portuguese. Okay. So I have chosen this one. I'm not changing the time zone at all. So when I change this, you can see the changes in your records you create and the way you are, when you create records also, you're going to create records in Portuguese. Okay, let's save. See, all my no, settings have been changed to Portuguese language. So you can see the language changed, and if you go to opportunities also, all those records, whatever you have created before, so everything might have changed to, if you create a new record, you will be able to create only with Portuguese. See? Okay. So now I don't want this language to for me. Let me go back and change my language now. My language now to English. So in this way, you can configure your personal settings according to your convenience and the language you are using. Okay. So now I'm back to my form. I have changed the language. So in this way, you can set your own time zone and local and language, everything. This is the user's personal settings. You can go and change according to your location. I think we have covered company information. So we have covered company information, fiscal year, holidays, and in business hours, like you can have new business hours also. So in some cases, if your company is having suddenly your company is changing the business hours for a particular time period for a few months alone, that the business hours is going to change. If they are starting the company little earlier, so already we have set the default timing as 10 a.m. in the morning. If it is going to start by 9 a.m. only for 3 months, so in that case, you can have a new business hours. You can have a new business hour, and then you can change the timing accordingly, and you can select it that as a default one. So that is the thing I wanted to tell you about the business hours here. And then about holidays, I think we have discussed, and fiscal year we have already discussed. Now the important thing we are going to discuss here is like, so what if my age skill development is going to expand globally? So now if I'm going to expand my company to other countries, so now my default is like in India, I'm having in Chennai alone. Now I have planned to expand to other countries. So at that time, my employees are going to be in different countries. They'll be creating records from other countries. So in that case, my currencies will change, my language will change. So in that case, my organization should be capable of accepting the multiple currencies. So my currency local is maybe in INR, but if one of my employee, if he is in US, he will be creating records only in USD. So let us see how to do that. So once you can see the changes what we are going to make here. So check here. So activate multiple currencies. So we have decided to expand our company. So I'm going to activate the multiple currencies now. So you should be careful that once you have turned on this activate multiple currencies, you cannot disable it. So let's switch on this, and then we'll give save. Okay, now multiple currencies have set up. So after you enable it, you can see a new button available here for us to set up the currency. So let's click here. So you can see here already my corporate currency is Indian rupee. Okay, now I'm going to change I'm going to add new currencies to my org. So consider my company is expanding to US and then Canada. So in two places, I'm developing a branch there. So I need to include two more currencies in my org. So what am I doing is, so first one I'm selecting here is Canadian dollar. Okay, let us have Canadian dollar. And the conversion rate, I'm giving some random number. I don't know whether it is correct or not. According to today's rates, conversion rate I'm giving as 80. So enter the conversion rate from your corporate currency to this new currency. So my corporate currency is INR. Okay, so you have to give according to the conversion rate of your INR, and then I'm having two decimal places. And give save. See, now you can see I have included a new currency in my org. So likewise I can add new currency, another new currency. So as I discussed here, AJSD development is going to expand in US also. So let me search for USD. Yes, here it is. So USD, US dollar, and then we can give some amount here, random amount here, and then click save. Okay, now you can see I have got three currencies, but my default currency, corporate currency is Indian rupee. So at any time you can come here and change you can change the rates also. So one Indian rupee, I have given some random number as 80 Canadian dollar, and one Indian rupee is equal to 89 US dollar. So at any point of time you can come here and you can change the rates also. And now I'm not going to change anything. So I can also change the corporate currency. So consider I have changed my headquarters to US. So what will happen to my default local currency? It will be converted to US dollar, right? So let's go to that topic later. First, we'll see changes made here, how it is going to reflect in your org. Okay. Okay, we'll check in the opportunities. We'll refresh this page. Okay, we'll close this and we'll go here and select that. Okay, let me go to opportunities. My opportunities. Something is not fine. Okay, let us first create one record. So, see, I wanted to show you this one opportunity currency. See here, before you have enabled the multiple currencies, you might not have seen such a field here. Now you are able to see. Because I have selected currency local for my org, I can see the INR Indian rupee as default value here in this pick list. See, I have created Canadian dollar and US dollar also. So if I want to create in Canadian dollar, I can also do here. So in this way, I can create according to the whatever is your requirement. Accordingly, you can create records based on the currency here. So you can also create as US dollar. Okay, anything you can do here. Okay, so I will go back to our settings now. Okay. Okay, so now I want to change my corporate currency to US dollar. Okay, default corporate currency to US dollar, which we can do here, change corporate. So my current corporate currency is Indian rupee. I now want to change to US dollar. So I can do that here. Okay, now if you go and check your org records, all the records will be in, don't know what is there happening here. Okay. Mm. I wanted you to show this changes in the currency of the records currency. Okay. So in this one, like we'll see the error why it is happening like that. We'll create one record and try. So here I have changed my currency now to US dollar. So now your default currency will be in US dollar. Okay. So I can also now at any point of time I can edit rates. So one thing I wanted here to discuss here is, so what if I'm changing the rates now? Suddenly I'm changing today's rate is changed to some other value, 98, something else. It has changed. So it is going to affect all the records of the org, whichever the deal might have got closed before, or a case might have got closed. All those records with the older value, it is going to go and change all the values now. So it is not our proper way to handle this. So when your currency rate, if it is changing every day, you need to incorporate the changes into your org also, but you don't want the changes to be reflected in your older records. Only the records whichever is going to be created from today, the new currency values has to be adopted. So if you want to have that kind of enablement, you have to check here advanced currency management. You have to enable this. So when you enable this, so yes, yes here and give enable. So once you enable here, you can change, you can okay, now I can set my range. So when what all the changes I have to make, not to the older records, I have to change. Only the newly created records should incorporate the exchange values. So maybe it might be in 2 days before, it might be my $1 might be 70, 80 rupees, but today it is 89 rupees. So my opportunities got closed before 2 days before. I don't want the changes to be made to those records. If that is the case, when you enable this advanced currency settings, you can set the range. So like you can set the range from this date to this date. I need only the records to get reflected, not before records. I don't want to have the newly exchange rates to get uh, incorporated. So when you create today some record, all those records will be updated accordingly to the new currency amount. So that's the thing. And you can also deactivate a particular currency also. That we'll try now. Now we'll go to the manage currencies. Okay. If I have I have removed my one of my branches from Canada, so I don't want that particular currency to be in my org. I can at any point of time I can deactivate it. So you can see I can also activate it again. So you can see both the activated and deactivated currencies in this particular page. So the important thing is like you have to be careful about editing the rates. So when you enable the advanced currency rates, if you don't want the older records to reflect the new values, then you can accordingly set the settings in the advanced currency management to include only the newly created records to accept the new currency rates. So this is what the information about the currencies when you enable the multiple currencies from here. So when you enable the multiple currencies, you have to click here currency setup, and then you have to go and do all those changes whatever you need here. And see here, this is the thing we have enabled to include the currency rate conversions for the newly created records. If you don't want the older records not to be included in the new rate, all those things. And then I think we have discussed all the business hours and company information, fiscal year, holidays, managed currencies, what is, and likewise, my user key he can set at any point of time. He can change the uh, language and time zone which you have discussed earlier, and he can also change the currencies also. So since we have deactivated Canadian dollar, it is not getting reflected here. So if he wants to create records only with US dollar, it is also possible here. So I think we have completed all those things, and then so this is the PDF. You can go through here. All the information, whatever we have discussed in this video, it is available here. Okay. Thank you so much.
Visit our website ajskilldevelopment.com to know more about AJ Skill Development Academy, an exclusive Salesforce training provider in India for both corporate training as well as retrade training. To do inquiry with us, please go to the website and click contact us and submit the inquiry form. Our team will get back to you shortly. Thank you.